Really? Do you have the artifact? Give it to me.
Fuck you. Shoot me.
All the way out here.
Set in a small South Dakota town, Cal, a 10-year-old boy, lives with his mother Mandy and her abusive, criminal boyfriend Dylan. From a very young age, Cal is obsessed with cowboy movies and believes he is the reincarnation of Sitting Bull. One morning, Cal overhears Dylan asking Mandy when her brother will move out. Mandy, who has lied about Cal being her brother, tells him that Cal has nowhere else to go. Shortly after, Dylan steps out of his bedroom and notices Cal wearing a ceremonial headband. He asks him about it. Cal replies that he's the reincarnation of Sitting Bull. Dylan snaps at him to cut it out. Later, Cal practices archery, aiming for perfect precision. Moments later, Cal is at the trunk of Dylan's car looking at an antique shirt. Mandy rushes out carrying bags and tells Cal they need to leave immediately because she's smashed Dylan over the head, and the sheriff might be here anytime soon. But Cal, standing firm, replies, "I can't go. My people need me." Frustrated, Mandy yells at him and tries to drag him away, but Cal takes a metal rod to defend himself. She backs off, defeated. Before driving away, Mandy begs Cal one last time to come with her, saying she is headed to her father's home. Cal refuses, telling her his home is here with the Great Spirit. With a sigh, Mandy tells him to go to their neighbor's house, promising she has a plan and that, if it works, they will have their own place. Then she drives off. Minutes later, Cal grabs his bow when he hears Dylan's voice. He emerges from the house with a gun and demands to know where Mandy is. Cal doesn't answer. He fires an arrow straight into him, killing him. Calmly, he gathers his belongings and leaves. A few days earlier, at a local diner, a military veteran named Lefty practices his marriage proposal with his good friend Penny Joe. Lefty rehearses nervously. "I'm not a member of any country club, but I have a nice house, a strong back, and a heart full of love to give. The world is a bad place, especially when you're alone. People should be." But he forgets his line and glances at his note card, then continues. "People should be happy, and that's why I want you to be my happy wife." Penny, with a stutter, tells him it's sweet but asks how long he's been dating his girlfriend. 2 weeks, Lefty replies. She suggests he practice more until he can deliver it without note cards. Lefty spends the next day memorizing the lines. The following day, he proposes to his girlfriend Brittany. She's stunned and points out they barely know each other. When Lefty reminds her they have already been on 3 dates, she grows suspicious. "How often do you propose to women?" she asks. "Not often," Lefty insists. "How many times this year?" she presses. 4, including you." Disgusted, Brittany tells him never to contact her again and storms off. Back at the diner, Penny serves Mandy a cup of coffee. Mandy asks Penny if the man behind her is watching her. She adds that she is not allowed to leave the house and that man might rat her out to her boyfriend. Penny keeps an eye on him, and when he leaves, she quietly directs Mandy to sneak out the back. Grateful, Mandy thanks her. Afterward, Penny checks the man's table and finds a folded napkin. That evening, Penny meets Lefty at a local bar and asks how the proposal went. "Great," he lies flatly. As Lefty throws darts, Penny teases him about using his right hand. Lefty smiles and says, "It's my birth name." When he misses the mark, Penny points out he doesn't look drunk. Lefty shrugs and tells her he has poor posture because of his time in the military. He explains about how, while driving a transport near Kabul, his convoy hit an IED. The explosion left him with a serious head injury. Chuckling grimly, he adds that when doctors opened his skull, they didn't find anything in there anyway. Penny laughs at Lefty's joke. He smiles and tells her she has a beautiful laugh and a wonderful voice. But Penny shakes her head, insisting nobody likes her stutter. Lefty answers honestly and says, "If you didn't speak that way, I don't think you'd give me the time of day." Penny laughs and replies, "At least you're honest." That night, Penny returns home and tries singing. Her mother interrupts, mocking her stutter and telling her to cut it out.
Sorry.
Hurt, Penny takes out the folded napkin she'd hidden away and studies it. The next morning, after tending to his horse, Lefty finds Penny waiting outside his house. She gets straight to the point. Something's going to happen at the diner today at 4 p.m. That evening, at the diner, Dylan and his partner Dave meet Roy, a dealer in high-end Western artifacts who is known for stealing and reselling them. Penny takes their orders, then moves on to Lefty's table to serve him as well. Roy explains that an antique Lakota Indian ghost shirt has surfaced on the black market, now owned by a wealthy collector named Pendleton. He offers Dylan and Dave $6,000 to steal it back. Dylan demands $10,000 instead. Roy agrees. He tells them that Pendleton is known for hosting parties where he flaunts his newest acquisitions. When Roy's phone buzzes, he steps outside to take the call, unaware that Lefty is tailing him. Roy tells a client he'll have the ghost shirt by the weekend and to prepare $500,000. Later, Lefty recounts what he overheard to Penny. She asks what he would do with that kind of money. Lefty replies that he already has everything he needs. Penny admits she'd leave for Nashville to pursue her dream of singing. Surprised, Lefty asks her to sing for him. Too nervous, she refuses, but smiles when he says he'll join her in Nashville anyway. They share a slow dance to a song. At Pendleton's mansion, the collector entertains the guests by recounting the history of the ghost shirt. He explains that the Lakota Indians once controlled the land that is now South Dakota, but after gold was discovered, the U.S. government broke its treaties out of greed and took their land. The Lakota went to war to reclaim their homeland, believing the ghost shirts would protect them from bullets. Suddenly, Dylan and Dave storm the party, guns blazing. They take out the guests, and Dylan shoots Pendleton. Dying, Pendleton asks, "How much are they paying you?" "10 grand, Dylan replies. Pendleton laughs bitterly. "You're being ripped off," he says, before collapsing dead. The men grab the ghost shirt and flee. Later, they pull over to take a break, and Dave excuses himself to pee. Minutes later, Dylan approaches and finds him crying. Dave admits that they never should have killed all those innocent people. Dylan responds by stabbing him repeatedly, leaving him for dead. He then calls Mandy, telling her to pack her things, saying they are going to be rich. When Dylan arrives home, he asks Cal if he is packed, but Cal looks clueless. Then Dylan pops open his car trunk. "You like Indian shit, right? Check this out," he says. Inside, he tells Mandy to get ready, saying he now has $1 million artifact in his car. But Mandy refuses to go. Dylan grows frustrated, and while he is distracted, she strikes him in the head with a hammer. Back in the present, Mandy drives away from Dylan's house after Cal refuses to leave with her. Lefty and Penny quietly follow her. Penny admits she knows Mandy. Meanwhile, Cal wanders alone across the plains until he comes upon a small Lakota Indian tribe. He declares that he is the reincarnation of Sitting Bull. Skeptical, Hank, one of the men, takes Cal before their leader, Ghost Eye. Ghost Eye asks why Hank brought in a weird white kid, claiming to be a Lakota chief. Hank explains that the boy lives with Dylan and points out that the ghost shirt was rumored to have been stolen the night before. He adds that Dave was found dead in a quarry this morning. Hank tells Ghost Eye he suspects Dylan and Dave stole the shirt since he saw the two of them with Roy at the diner recently. Ghost Eye scowls. "Roy, just another colonialist, artifact-stealing motherfucker." Hank suggests that the boy might know something. Later, Ghost Eye meets with Cal alone and asks if he has seen Dylan with the ghost shirt. Cal nods. "But it's now in the possession of a white woman," he says. "Is she your family?" Hank presses. "My family lives in the Great Spirit, free of this wretched earth," Cal replies calmly. Frustrated, Hank mutters that even Sitting Bull couldn't lead them to the shirt. But Cal insists he can, telling him that the white woman is on her way to her father's house in Wyoming. Hank swiftly gags Cal and carries him into a van. Meanwhile, Mandy calls her father to say she's coming home. On the way, she stops at a gas station to fill up. Lefty pulls over across from her. Moments later, Penny approaches Mandy with a gun in hand. "I thought you were sweet," Mandy says with a bitter smile. "Give me the shirt," Penny demands. Mandy shakes her head, jumps back into her car and speeds off. Lefty and Penny follow close behind, but once they cross into Wyoming, they lose her. Mandy drives deep into a wooded compound guarded by men with rifles. Her father, Hiram, rules it like a patriarch. He's stern, ultra-conservative, and believes women exist only to serve men, one of the reasons Mandy fled years ago. She bows her head, apologizing for leaving, admitting he was right about the world's corruption. "Hello, Amanda," Hiram says coldly. "Your mother and sister are inside. The house rules still apply." "Thank you, sir," Mandy replies. Meanwhile, Lefty tells Penny to wait for him so he can look for Mandy. However, Penny tells him not to go, saying there might be a risk. She tells him that she can get the money by working a double shift. He asks her if she's a good singer. Penny answers, "Yes." He nods and leaves her be. Later, Abby, Mandy's younger sister, sneaks into her room. "Are you staying this time?" she asks hopefully. "No," Mandy admits. "Just one night." Abby's face falls. "Will you take us with you this time?" "It's hard enough taking care of myself," Mandy answers gently. Abby nods and slips away. When Dylan's phone rings, Mandy picks it up. On the other end, Roy offers $100,000 for the ghost shirt. Mandy, thrilled, agrees. When he asks if she's alone, she lies and says yes, then sends him her location. She wipes off her makeup, one of Hiram's rules, and changes into modest clothes. Elsewhere, Penny waits in Lefty's truck. Suddenly, Ghost Eye appears, knocks her down. Back with Mandy, she greets her mother, whispering that she's missed her. Her mother remains silent. Outside, Hiram asks his stepson how he's feeling. "Fine," the boy replies stiffly. Then Hiram orders Mandy to tend to his guest, so Mandy gives him a massage. Then one of Hiram's guards interrupts him to report that someone is snooping around the house. It turns out to be Lefty. Hiram asks why he is here. Lefty lies and says that his truck broke down. Another guard cuts in. "We caught him sneaking through the woods." Hiram eyes him. "Son, were you going to ask for a bear?" Lefty chuckles at the old joke, and after a tense pause, Hiram laughs too. But before the mood can ease, Mandy storms out. "That scumbag tried to rob me at gunpoint, Dad," she accuses. Without hesitation, Hiram shoots Lefty. Suddenly, an arrow strikes Hiram. Gunfire and arrows fly past as the tribe and Hiram's men clash. Inside, the guards panic, claiming the tribe wants to take their women. Mandy corrects them. "They're here for the shirt. The Indian shirt I stole." She tells her mother and sisters that they need to arm themselves. The men scoff at the idea. Outside, Penny and Cal are tied up. Mandy convinces